welcome back to my channel Kuluru Vineeth. So I'll continue the arrays playlist. So today's question is maximum consecutive ones. So that is nothing but given an input array consisting of just zeros and ones, the target that we should be aiming is we should find the maximum consecutive ones present in the given input array. So let's take an example here. In this case, for this input, the maximum consecutive ones is 4. So the output should be 4, right? The question is clear, right? Now thinking about the basic intuition and approach for this is take two variables, like let's say current count and max count, and every time you see the 1 in the array, increment the current count and update the maximum count as the max of max count and current count, right? So I think it will be better clear once I start writing down. So let me write down this approach. Approach 1, using or keeping track of max 1, something like that. Okay, so let me name this as approach 1, and the input would be int array and return type would be max count, right? So let me take two variable, one is current count and other one is max count. Okay, so now what I do is I will iterate the given input array and check if the current element I am at is 1. I will simply increase the count and update max count as max of max count and current count. Okay, else if I don't see consecutive ones, I see 0, then right away what I will do is I will make current count as 0. Okay, and finally I will return that max count, right? So this is a simple and straightforward approach. So now coming down to the time and space complexity, since I'm traversing the array once, it will be order of n, and the space complexity just using temporary variables, so it will be order of 1. So let me write down that. Okay, so this was simple straightforward approach. Now is there any other way that we could come to the same solution using other approach? Well, I could say that yeah, we could by keeping using two pointers, let's say like start index and end index, and then compare the difference, calculate the difference between them and store the max count till the end of the array. Okay, so let me write down that approach. Using two pointers, I could say, and let's name this as approach 2, and input remains the same and return type remains the same. Okay, so here again max count, let's name this max count as one variable, and also introduce two indices like start index and end index. Okay, now iterate given input array. Now we'll check if the current element we are at is equals to 1, and also we check if the start index is -1. If it is, then we update the current index to start, else what we do is end would be having that index. Okay, and would be having that index. So if it is not 1, we check if start is not equal to -1, then we will update the max count as max of max count and the difference between end minus start plus 1, right? Since it starts as 0 index, we have to add 1 and make the start and end as -1. And finally, if we would have missed the last element comparison, so again we check here if start is not equals to -1, so max count would be max of max count end minus start plus 1. Okay, simple. And at the end return max count, as simple as that. So now coming down to the time and space complexity, I think it's pretty much same as the approach one, just we are used to pointers kind of start and end. So time and space complexity remains same, that is time is order of n and space is order of 1, right? Yeah, so these are the two approaches for this question. Now let's execute and check what this output looks like. So let me write main function and take one example which I have shown above. So let me take that same example so that we can all be on the same line. So here I am, and also initialize the object of above class I have created. So yes, now straight away write println statements to compare the output of each approach, right? Maximum max consecutive ones using approach 1, okay, and call respective function and pass the nums int array. Fine. So do the same for approach 2 and let's execute and see what it gives us. Yeah, there we go. As we see, the output for approach 1 and approach 2 is same, which is 4, which is what exactly we expected here, right? Yeah, this is it for this video. Thank you so much for your love and support. Keep watching and there will be a lot more exciting content coming up your way. Thank you so much.